Hey everybody. So I'm gonna try and keep this video a little short because it's getting a little late and yeah, just want to keep it a little short today. So I just got The Sims #4. It just came on Xbox One and I gotta say it's pretty awesome. So I listed some topics I'm gonna discuss, not necessarily in the order you see listed, because I tend to ramble on some things sometimes. So and we got first look at The Incredibles 2. Finally. It looks like they're already set for action according to this image here. We got Violet pushing the kid in the stroller, Jack or something. And look at this, it says, details are vague, but Hunter's Helen Parr is expected to take the lead, this time while Bob looks after the kids. Interesting. I, for one, can't wait for this one. It'll be too long as it is, so. And, also got Fantastic Beast news. I'm going to cover very briefly. Got a shot of Newt Scamander, who is returning, Eddie Redmayne or something. And we've got Jude Law as young Dumbledore. Sorry if I don't pronounce that right. Potterheads out there. This is like 60 years in the past, so I'm not going to see the beard anytime soon, I'm afraid. I don't think we're going to see Hogwarts. Well, we might, but either way, I'm excited because unlike Star Wars, it's actually new and fresh. New characters, new locations, new creatures, new villains, at least for me. Because as much as I love the Harry Potter films, I didn't really grow up with them. I mean, I was at the theater. I worked at the movie theater when some were coming out. Mostly the later ones, but I feel like I'm going to have more of a connection to Newt Scamander than Harry, which is kind of weird, but it's how it is, I guess. I mean, it's fresh. That's why I automatically just seem to go after it, because it's new. It's not the same crap like freaking Mickey Mouse doing with Star Wars. There's a difference. Creativity goes a long way. And so, next topic we got here, Justice League Fallout. Gosh, I never saw this coming at all. See, this is what happens when you rush your freaking universe. You're like, oh, we're gonna have one Man of Steel film, and then throw everybody else to the next film. These ridiculous cameos. A stupid dream sequence about the future where they're basically trying to set up injustice when the film that they're setting up it in hasn't even told the story it's trying to tell. It was a freaking cluster, man. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, and so now, because Justice League stinks, no, I'll never watch that piece of crap again. I mean, the only scene I actually like is when Superman comes back and the Justice League is fighting him, and he sees the Flash. He just turns his head when the Flash is running, because and so that's the most Superman I've ever seen out of this DC cinematic universe so far. It's a shame because Henry Cavill was born to play this character, and they've wasted him. Complete waste. You're getting rid of Ben Affleck, like good riddance, as far as I'm concerned. Good riddance. I never wanted Ben Affleck's old ass to be playing a character that should, first and foremost, be able to stand out amongst the Justice League members. Batman should not be pushing 40 or 50 before the first Justice League film. That's the problem with always been running for 20 years, though. That's cool and all, but you need to establish what the hell has been going on in that all that time. Can't stress that enough. Well, whoever's over there at WB clearly doesn't know what the hell they're doing, so. And I don't have the patience to sit around and wait for them to keep making more stupid films. Like, I will never see a Flash film with this kid, Ezra something. I thought it was going to be good. What the devil? And like, first off, Flash is not supposed to be a kid. So this whole, we gotta do the Spider-Man thing with the Flash, instead of having him be a grown-ass man like he should be, an experienced superhero like he should be, not wearing the Flash suit, running around and just learning about his powers, which is ridiculous. Same exact thing in freaking Homecoming. Spider-Man's got a suit and everything, and no spider sense, and he's just pretty much getting his ass whooped at every turn. When none of those villains should have gotten a drop on him at all. Same with the Flash. He shouldn't be tripping on himself if he's been around for like months or weeks. Well, this is why you needed a Flash origin story, origin film. At least for him. Cyborg, I don't care about him. No one cares about Aquaguy. But your core members, Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, they need their origin stories to be told. Batman doesn't. We've all seen it a million times. Superman was a reimagining with Man of Steel, which is fine. Wonder Woman's never been on a big screen before, so that's fine. There's a whole bunch of Green Lanterns, so they should have been rebooted by now. I don't know what they're waiting for, honestly. What are they waiting for? The next Chinese New Year? I mean, like, come on. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I was excited to see the Flash on the big screen. I'm like, wow, finally get to see the Flash on a big screen. Man, was I disappointed. Not only is his suit ugly, but the kid, the actor, it's horrible. I had no reason to care about what's going on with him and his dad because I don't know who these guys are. I don't know who they are in his universe. I don't know who this Barry Allen is. Don't know who this Bruce Wayne is. I sure the hell don't know who this Aqua guy is. But he's supposed to be the freaking king of Atlantis. Our world has always been exiled. Where all this bullcrap come from? He's supposed to be the freaking king of Atlantis. He's Aquaman. It's like the one thing people actually know about this guy. He's the freaking king of the sea. And they got him struggling to hold back a freaking tidal wave of all things. My goodness. And so now I'm moving on. It looks like, according to this article, you'll read it yourself if you want to pause the video. But it looks like they're changing leadership at WB. Smart move, but it's not going to make a difference if we keep making stupid films. I mean, didn't they just announce all these Harley Quinn Joker films? Which sounds horrible. As much as I love the Joker, like, it doesn't work without Batman. Just as stupid as someone making a Venom film without Spider-Man. The characters are freaking connected, alright? They're connected. They're literally linked. You cannot make a Venom film of all things based on a Lethal Protector story arc without Spider-Man. Who the hell is running stuff over there? You don't understand half of these storylines. It's not going to work. Yeah, I don't know. I love comics, people. I don't take sides. This stupid Marvel DC war is ridiculous. I love comics, and I want good films on both sides. Marvel's not perfect either, so I don't want to hear any of that. They've had quite a few stinkers along the way. The problem is they kept going because they already had a plan. WB has no plan for the DC universe. That's why they keep announcing things but never following through. It's a problem when you're trying to build a cinematic universe. Because honestly, if they hadn't screwed up Green Lantern, they could have been way ahead of Marvel. Just a fact. I mean, so what if Green Lantern underperformed and failed? Reboot it. There's like 1,000 Green Lanterns out there. When the Lantern dies, the ring finds someone else worthy. It's not that hard. Not that hard. I mean, they had one lantern in Justice League. One lantern. And the freaking ring just flies away. And I'm like, what the frick? But I can't. I can't. I can't. And so, moving on to Star Wars very briefly. Believe me, I really don't want to talk about Star Wars, but this has got my attention for the time being. So, I'm not going to look on that one yet. Everyone started crapping their pants when everyone thought that this Rian Johnson guy was going to do an Old Republic adaptation on film. Everybody and their pet dog thought it was going to happen. And of course, I was like one of the few people online who was like, they're never going to do Old Republic. I said it months ago, never going to do it. They will never touch Old Republic. Not the games, not Revan, not Bastila, all those characters that are beloved by hundreds of people. They can't even make a Star Wars film out of freaking Death Star. How the frick are they going to do Old Republic? Which is a completely character-based era. It's about the Sith and the Jedi in vast numbers and their inner conflicts and all that. There are no stupid super weapons. It's about the damn Force. The struggle with the Force and how it came out of balance. That's what Old Republic is, at least to a degree. They ain't doing that in this sequel trilogy. What they're doing is copying and pasting all the original materials and just slapping a new number on it. That's all they're doing. Like, Disney is not as creative people think they are. They're not really slick. So I never believed for a second they were going to do Old Republic. Are you kidding? I never believed for a second, and now it's confirmed this guy isn't doing it. I'm not surprised at all. And people are, of course, crying about it, like, oh, we have to run a public. Yeah, and did you really want Disney to touch that? Did you really want Disney to touch that? I'll tell you exactly what they would do. They would make Revan into a woman, just like Rey, overpowered and has no personality. It makes no sense, pulling mind tricks out of her ass and all of this stuff. That's what they would do with Revan. Revan was an amazing character back in the day. Conflicted, he was like teetering on the light and the dark, mastered both parts of the Force. Sith Lord turned Jedi, turned Grey Jedi in the middle. Oh, Greys don't exist. Greys Jedis exist. Deal with it. Care less what other people think about Grey Jedis. Stop crying about it. When you really think about it, Luke was a Grey Jedi too, so deal with it. But yeah, that's exactly what they would do. They would turn Darth Malak into a woman. They turn Revan into a woman. And now at the end of that, I'm pretty sure Bastila wouldn't even exist in their tainted version. So you put it on a TV series, I'll watch the hell out of that. As long as it's accurate enough. If there's one thing missing, they mess one thing up with Old Republic, we'll never see it. Never see it. This guy claims he's going to do something new and fresh. Oh, okay. I mean, like, he says he's not going to adapt the game. You gotta be clear about that. He says he's not going to adapt the game. But the Old Republic era is technically fresh and new. So, in a way, he is going to do Old Republic because there's nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. And then if they're in the future right now, well, so you can go further into the future if you want, I guess. But there's nothing else to do. Because then you got the future saga films, 10, 11 to whatever. But really think about it. If you go into the past like Fantastic Beasts, you can build layers upon the expanding universe, the Star Wars universe from the real beginning. Because honestly, the Phantom Menace, the prequel should have started in the Old Republic. This should have been like that trailer with Satile, I think her name is Satile Shan, Basila's granddaughter, Basila and Revan's granddaughter, I should say. When she and her master fought that Sith, those two Sith dudes, one of them was Darth Malgus. Yeah, that trailer is amazing. I think you all know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna bother pulling it up because I was standing with that for the rest of the night. But anyway, he says he's not gonna adapt the game, Knights of the Republic. But I'm still curious, could that still technically mean he's gonna have Revan in there in some form? Hmm. That's the danger of revealing all this stuff years before it's even gonna actually happen. If this guy's writing this stuff, he's gonna need time to actually figure it out. And then with the freaking internet, people crying every 5 minutes about stuff. I think this guy should have just disappear for a couple of years and then come back when he's ready to announce stuff. Otherwise, people are going to drive themselves crazy. Crazier. And so I saw a TV spot that I kind of wish I didn't see now. That kind of gives away something about the film Last Jedi. People are saying that the original cut was like 3 hours long or something. Not sure if I believe that because that sounds ridiculous. I'm like, first off, as much as I would love more Star Wars, these new Star Wars are very questionable. And they really don't connect well with the original trilogy. And that's the problem with this sequel trilogy. They don't connect well at all. Like, the reboot Awakens completely ignores Return of the Jedi, especially. The whole point of Return of the Jedi was for Luke to restart the new Jedi Order. That's what made the expanded universe so cool. Because Luke had taken the years to rebuild and be better than his masters ever were. Both of them. Yoda and Kenobi, both of them. But in the freaking sequel trilogy, he just kind of turned into a freaking old ass man. Was sitting around for 30 freaking years, crying, or whatever he's doing. One kid takes all of his Jedi, then gets his ass whooped by scavenger chick who's never touched a lightsaber before in damn life. That same guy was trained by Luke Skywalker and this Snoke thing gets his ass whooped by a scavenger chick. Doesn't make any sense. I'm willing to let them explain what the hell she is, where she gets her power. Unless, as long as it's not some clone nonsense or she's a reincarnation of Anakin or whatever nonsense. I'll tell you right now, this movie is 3 hours long. It's going to be a cluster. Star Wars was never meant to be 3 hours long. They're supposed to be chapters. If you got a 3 hour chapter, you can pretty much tell the rest of the story right there. There won't be anything left to be desired. 2.5 hours is long enough. Well, what about Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings was designed for 3 hours because that's how long it takes to tell a story. That and there's just too much content to put into one film. That's why it's chopped up. Star Wars again, chapters, episodes. Episodes are only like 30 minutes on TV, right? Some of them are longer. Like Game of Thrones is like 1 hour each for each season or whatever. For each episode, it's like 1 hour. But again, segments. And then two, I don't want to sit in theater for 3 hours. I don't care if it's Star Wars or Harry Potter. I don't need 3 hour films like that. Thanks. Because then it's going to start to drag. You think about it. Think about it. Disney's going to be doing this for the rest of existence. They're going to have Star Wars every damn year. No breaks. No time to breathe in between each of these stupid films. You got Last Jedi, and then you got that stupid Han Solo Origin, whatever nonsense that I will not see. You could point a gun on my head, I'll still never see it. I'm gonna be like, just pull the trigger then. That movie's gonna be a freaking mess. It's gonna be a freaking mess. Just watch. Just watch. I mean, you look at Infinity War coming out next May. That trailer broke records. Han Solo, no one's gonna care. It's not Harrison Ford. It's once again step between films, which means it could damage the original trilogy, like Seven does. And again, no one cares. So you're asking multiple generations of people that have only seen one guy wearing that vest to accept someone completely different, looks nothing like him, and say he's the same guy from 1970s and 80s. Good luck. Good luck with that. Tell you, man, they're just gonna burn themselves out. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. I basically covered all my topics relatively fast, but not bad. Made it a little under an hour. So, yep, that covers this episode of Diary. Don't want to really go into anything personal this week because I want to keep that separate. Maybe for the next entry, if I can remember, I'll do some other personal stuff that's going on. That's usually kind of funny too, when I do that. So I don't want to turn this into a jumbled mess. One last thing, Luke Cage Blu-ray is coming out next week, I think it said, article. Looking forward to that. It was okay. The first half was good. The second half was kind of weak, but that's pretty much on my review for Luke Cage. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed that already. Somewhere on the channel, if you want to find it. It was alright, you know. Anyway, till next time.